I learned that I turned out it's a man, and it's a man that did some good work in this industry. You got
Yeah.
some. You guys, where do you get them genetics from, bro? Yeah, and
Yo,
unless it's like
yo,
a private plug and you don't
no,
want to
no,
drop.
no, no. Look. I'm not a hater. I'm always gonna give the props and everything to whoever deserves it. You know what I'm saying? I'm always like that. Whether
So
look, I had one some I got some seeds from uh from Eastern Grow, which was the panda, the space panda, but they didn't pop neither. I don't know what went wrong with all these seeds. None would pop.
it
Go
might
ahead,
just
eat.
be.
So
It might just be, starting off stuff, or or it might be seeds, or it might be something in transport.
they,
It's been cold as fuck.
they
Who
never
knows?
popped. Look, they lasted 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. None of had popped. So I even put them in water again. Nothing. I did nothing. Nothing. So when I put these pop right away with the 24
Yes.
hours or no 36 hours or 32 hours, 34 hours around there. Not even 48 hours. With the 30 something hours, they already have popped.
Dog.
Straight out the dirt. I put them in the water for 10 hours, and then I took them out and put them in the dirt. You know,
Do you realize, if you lived within like a 3 hour drive of me, I would personally come out and take clones. I would ask if I could come out
no,
and
of
like,
course, my brother. I would
yeah,
have, yeah, that would have been dope. So check
and
this out.
I would bring some shit too, man.
Nah, don't worry about that. That would be dope too, though. But yo, check this out. So now, Goat had a giveaway also. I won the genetics from Goat. I got those genetics from Goat because I used to watch Goat's channel. That's before he started doing lives. That's how me and Goat started talking through the giveaway. So,
Yeah, I didn't know
uh,
he did them giveaways until
so when he did that giveaway, he was supposed to give me another type of. It was supposed to be something else that he wanted up giving me that. So I got those strains. So I emailed. I said I got it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Boom. I put in a comment. Yo, thank you. Go. Da, da, da. I kept on watching his content, and one day he went live, and I was on his live show, and I don't think there was really anyone in his live. I was the only person on his live, and that's when he had his first original channel, the one that got taken down.
yeah.
I was there. So he said, "Hey, homegirl, come through." So I told him in the chat, I don't have any grows and I don't know about anything about grow yet. So I don't want to. He said, "Don't worry about it. Just come through." And that's how I came through. And then you came through. Boom, that live was over. Then another live came through. I popped up. He like dropped the link for me. Then I pulled up. Then the third live, Bear was there. You was there. His cousin was there. Then again, another live like that. And next, I don't know what happened. Yeah, but shout out to Goat. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what, if
I hope he's
he's
doing
the
all
one
right,
that got me
man.
those, gave me that.
That is what's up, and the son of Odin seeds, and I'm about to pop. I mean, they came from him too.
Yeah,
I mean, they came from Bear sent them to him, and he sent them to me. So, like, I still got to give him credit and props for putting them in the mail. Shit. I mean, that's what's up.
yeah. So that's how I got those genetics. And I had asked him, "What are they autos?" Or he said, "No, they photos." So he said they grow big, and he didn't want to deal with big plants and stuff like that. Because so
That's
I was like,
actually
damn.
lucky.
I
That's actually
so
lucky,
me,
bro.
I love the challenge from the beginning. I said I wanna push it to because I always see people saying burning their plants because they're going up way too high to the light and stuff. So I said, yo, I want to see if I could do something like that and learn how to control that, manipulate it. If I could manipulate something like that, I'll be the man. I always said that, you know what I'm saying?
The
And
trellis will help a lot with that. You'll learn
so,
how.
yes. So now I get in the trellis. The trellis is going to help me when I not only when I lollipop, but also when I start topping, where it gives you more other, and you could stop topping a few other, and it gives you more, and I want to control that, and I want to see how bushy could I make it. I don't know. As my first grow, I want to take it there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're pushing a lot of limits, man, and
but they looking good, man. I mean, they sleeping now. I don't know how they looking now because they sleeping. I cannot open the tent because, it's like, photos. You remember back in the days where people used to take photos and they had a dark room for it, like a red room or whatever it was, and that's how they. But once you open that door, you fucked up their work because that light is ruined. It's ruined. Yep. Right. So that's how I look at these plants. If I think a lot of people still have achieved a lot of things, but I said if the purpose and the object is for them to, because it's photos, whatever, that light should not be open for not even that 1 split second because you already ruined the real deal to it. Yeah, the plant's still gonna come out potent, but something went wrong because
they're more likely to harm if you give them light pollution.
I don't know, but I just be scared. I just want to be, I don't want to fuck up
smart.
that side.
That's
if
good.
That's what it's supposed to be in the dark. Let it be in the dark. I'll
when
deal
they
with
sleep,
it tomorrow.
Let them sleep, man. It's not supposed to be.
Like right now,
let them be.
If I want to look at them or anything, I could just wait till 2 o'clock. I'm not too far from that. They wake up at 2. Boom. I got them on sunset and sunrise and sunsetting. You know what I'm saying?
I go to bed at 2.
Okay.
My mind sleep from 2 to 6. Remember, I said I got mine because the autos I got them on 20 and 4, and the 2 photos I got are in veg, and I'm keeping them in veg because I gotta keep them on the 20 and 4. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I know the weather over here in New York is going to be changing, so I'm gonna have to have them 12-12s, right? But
yeah, you should knock that out while it's dry.
Yeah.
Well, you said week 5, so I mean that sounds about right to me.
Yeah, week 5, I'm flipping.
I've never personally
I'm top dressing. I'm a top dress on week 5. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, I'm top dressing by week 5, and then I'm at the end of the week 5. I flip.
Okay.
That's at the end of week 5, I flip. So
just make sure you got enough room in that tent where they can double in size.
Yeah, I'll flip to flower, and
like
after that, I'll feed it water, and then I'll give it some molasses on the second week of them being flipped. I'll give it some molasses, a compost tea, and some micro, and some 484.
That black strap molasses.
That bloom.
Let me ask. When you give it the mycos, because I just got mycos. Do you put it right on the roots, or do you mix it in with the compost tea?
What I did was, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know if I did anything wrong, but I usually see people mixing it, putting it on the plants. But what I did was I went in a different route. I don't know if anybody else do it like that, but I took a tablespoon for each pot and just dumped it in the and mixed it up with the soil. So I'm not overfeeding it, and if I'm underfeeding it of that, okay, good. But I'm not fucking it up. So I just gave it for each 5-gallon pot, I gave them 1 tablespoon. So that was 4 tablespoons I put in there, and I mixed it up real good, and then I put
That's smart, bro. They have it. Smart, bro.
They got it. And then when I made the compost tea, I gave them a half a spoon of that. I gave them a half a spoon of that in the compost tea with a cup of worm casting, a half a spoon of 444, and some molasses in there. But I had the molasses sitting there for like an hour before I put anything else in it. So I let the molasses sit, do its work. Then I put that, and then I pH'd it. And then after I put that pH'd it, I had it on a pH, I let it sit there for 24 hours. And I checked the pH level. It was still on 6. So
Are you pHing the runoff, or are you pHing it before you put it in, or both?
No, I didn't pH runoff yet. I didn't pH run because I didn't feed it. This is the first. That was the first feeding.
Got you. So you might not even have runoff yet.
Yeah,
And
I don't. So and now I just started giving up. I started going a little heavier with the water, with her, because she started drinking more water.
I
Like,
like I like
huh?
what you. I'm sorry to cut. I don't mean to
That's
cut
cool.
you off. I like what you did with the mycos, how you mixed it with the soil. I never really thought of doing that, but that actually does make sense because that way, when your roots stretch down and they get down there, that
It's some
bacteria will be
around
there.
here. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
some all over a little bit everywhere. Just
that's
not in one spot where it might burn the roots or I don't know, stun it. You know. So
yeah, that's yo, and it seems to be working for you, bro. So like,
yeah, so I felt like damn, it kind of worked for me,
I
and
like that. I
I
never even thought of
used
doing that.
and how I mixed up my soil with everything. I put everything in a plastic bag, like a big regular plastic garbage bag, the heavy duty ones you use for recycle or but real
Yeah,
thick ones. I
yeah.
dumped everything in there and I mixed it up. I put some water in it. I mixed it up, let it sit there for like an hour, you know, and just mixed it up again a little bit more. And then I just started putting it in the bucket.
So you're more adventurous than me, man. I got the Happy Frog soil and I empty it into a tote and I keep the tote in the closet in the grow room and keep it as simple as possible. But I want to start. I do want to start with more dry amendments and stuff like that. But I think I want to test that with outdoors first. For some reason. I don't just with outdoors. I'm gonna do a lot more experimenting with the outdoors and shit like that. Because I'm gonna do both the indoors and outdoors, and that way, like the indoors, I'm gonna keep like a tight, regimented routine and everything, and the outdoors is gonna be more
Yeah.
like wild style experiments, popping bag siege, doing shit like that. Maybe stress testing if I'm testing for people because some people may want you specifically to heat test them or see how they do in the humidity. If we were gonna, speaking of creating strains, man, like I really want since yeah, and you'll see once it gets to be summertime. Like all growers know the struggle if they live in an area, unless they live in Colorado or somewhere where it's dry. Then they know the struggle of summertime and the heat, and when plants are in flowering and being worried about the RH being too high, and it be getting mold or powdery mildew. It's like everybody's worst nightmare, and it happens. It's happened. It happens to people, man. A lot more outdoors than indoors because outdoors you can't control. If you got plants growing outdoors, like just straight out of the ground or straight just outdoors, like not under a greenhouse or nothing. Like if it's 100 degrees, then it's 100 degrees, and if it rains, then it rains, and if it storms, then it storms. And you know what I mean? Like you don't have control. So I've dealt with a lot of all that. So that's why like when we were talking about the grow room and I was talking about the humidity and I was saying like, bro, if I can get down in the fucking 30s and like while I'm in flowering, I'll do it because I feel like there's no low enough. um, Even though that's probably not the ideal. That's definitely not the ideal. As far as growth goes, but as long as it cuts down on the chances or
The
cuts
next
out the
grow
chances.
salute.
Hell yeah. The next girl, yo, pest outdoors all
Yo,
the
thank you for coming
time.
through.
That's right. He said
Appreciate
pest
that.
outdoors all the time. And right. When you're outside, that's another thing you can't control is pests. I mean, you can do
Yeah.
IPM, like spray your plants with preemptive spray to try to get ahead of it, but there's gonna be bugs on your plants, around your plants. Like there's some birds shitting on your plants. There's gonna be wild shit going on. Even when I had an outdoor greenhouse tent thing which I rocked for a couple of years, and that bitch was nice too. I need to get the footage out the video and put it on the channel. I ran fans, and it was like a wind tunnel in that bitch, 15 feet long, and it was actually pretty sweet. But I still couldn't control the temperature. I had good airflow in there, but like it's Michigan, so sometimes it'd be 100 degrees and 95% humidity, and it would be so humid in there, just the walls would be sweating and the ceiling would be dripping on the plants and on my head, and there's
Yo,
pests.
that's dope. He said he planted what? Mint plants just to help with the bugs on it.
Yes, and that's
That
one
I
thing I
never
want
know
to get
about that.
into.
I didn't
There's
know
no
about that. That's good.
that's something that we should talk about. It's something that I've been thinking about. Is getting plants that you plant with the plants that help, especially with outdoor, but you can do it indoors too. Like if you have something like mint or peppermint, or people have different ones that are better than others. I know like peppers and stuff like that are good for keeping a lot of pests away outdoors. If I grow outdoors, that would definitely be part of it. Is growing stuff around it to either reject the pests away, or sometimes people will like put like kale and spinach because the pests will like that more, so they'll just stay on that and stay off of the
Right.
meat. So it's like almost like bait. It's like, hey, eat this motherfucker, but stay away from my shit. I've had problems with skunks in the past. Like
Whoa.
my dog getting sprayed by a skunk while I have plants and flower. That remember I was telling you about throwing away large.
Yeah.
Yep. What do you do if your plants are in full flower and it's the end of September, and your dog gets a full skunk spray right in the midst of the
Oh,
plant?
sheesh.
Fuck do you do, bro? I did it. Remember I said I tried a bud wash one
Right,
time?
right. Yes.
Yep, I tried.
Whoa. Yeah, and what I try to do, I try not to go in the tent with anything that like the things that I had on when I come from outside, and I
See, when
wash
I
my hands.
That's smart. That's smart. When I
I
did
wash
that,
my
I had an
hands.
outdoor grow tent and I had plants planted in front of them that were just in the ground. Because what happened is they re-veg, so I didn't want to keep them in the tent because I knew they were going to get huge. So I planted them straight in the ground, and then I had other ones also in the tent. But like I said, I was sucking air in because it was like a wind tunnel. And that skunk just right, it was like in the worst place possible. It's like right in the center of everything, and the tent was wide open because it was a
Besides
warm
selling.
night. I was so pissed off at the person that let my dog out at 2:30 in the morning. My dog got sprayed by the skunk, so I had to deal with that too. And it was also the same. It was 2023 because it was right after my mom died too. It was like the worst year of my life, bro.
Right, right.
I'm not
Now,
even
but
gonna say I'm not gonna say the plant count, but it was because it was too many that I.
I'm gonna say this is an experience, you know. Um, if anything was to go wrong or anything like that, um, the only thing I could do is try, but
Learn from it.
learn
Just
from
not.
it,
You gotta
and
know
just
it.
try to get as
Just
much as
know what went
information I
wrong.
can get, and take down notes like I have been doing. And I've been doing this, like taking notes for the past couple years, but I've been hesitating because so many content creators was making it hard for me to get equipment because they basically more trying to sell products than trying to, influence and encourage you to grow. They too busy trying to make a company rich and they trying to get rich, which I'm not knocking the hustle, but at least, lead people in the right direction. Let people know,
But there's other channels for that. I mean,
right.
it's like,
And
hey, you don't
and
need
the more I
five thousand
search, the
dollars
more
to
I
grow.
dig, and the more I see people setups and things like that. And coming across the School of Crop, he told me, bro, you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? To have him tell me that straight up and tell me, man, all you need in the room. I don't know. So to have
He
School of Crockett tell me, yo, you're doing too much, you're overthinking, you could have been had a grow a long time ago. All you need is this, you don't need all that. Depending what you're trying to grow for, then that's different. And when he did that breakdown to me, I said, damn, I already got a 4x4 tent. So he said,
shout
yeah,
out
what are
to
you waiting
School
for?
Proud.
I said, I don't have any of the other equipment. He said, what equipment? So when I started talking to him about what I needed, the man looked at me like I'm crazy. He was like, yo, bro, you don't need that. All you need is a light, a little fan, and that's it. I was like,
I
what?
ain't gonna I ain't gonna hold you. When we were on Ghost Chat, like it was like the second or third live or four, I don't know which one it was. It was one of them, and you said like, would I be straight with a 4x4 and a Spider Farm or SC 5000 or something?
Yeah,
And I was like, yes. And like in the comments, but like you didn't really know who I was then, and like
right,
I was surprised there were the people that were on the stage weren't telling you to like urging you
right,
on
right,
more. That's part of the reason why like I wanted to urge, because for the reasons I already said, that I thought you were cool and all that or whatever. But also it's like I'm like this dude already has this shit to grow, bro. And he sounds like he's wants to do it and he like needs to be doing it, and I want to see him doing it, and I'm
and you
happy.
telling me on the time in the comments without having to grow, yo, start your grow. You should do this, you should do that. Yo, you was pushing me, and I'm not gonna lie, you put a lot of pressure on me, and that kind of made me want to do it more. Cause I was like, yo, I don't even know this guy from a hole in the wall. He keep pressing me about this, you know. I think I should do it. I think I should do it, and
So
I just said,
glad.
fuck it. And then I was trying to get in touch with you for so long, and I don't know what was going on between all that shit. I was lost and confused with whatever was going on. I guess
Me too.
there was keeping shit hitting in the dark and keeping people separated, you know? And I'm trying to branch out, I'm trying to grow, I'm trying to build, I'm trying to learn, and I'm also trying to teach, you know what I'm saying? And let people know, my mistakes, what took me so long, where I could have, the things I could have done, but us not knowing, we be buying things that we don't even need, we may never use, and I want to discuss all that stuff because I was thinking about getting all these other things and thinking about it, bro. I only got 4 plants, brother. I don't need all that extra equipment. I don't need a CO2 tank. I don't need that. Why are you trying to sell me that? I just want
Yeah,
to grow a plant. I just want to see something grow. Can you help me out? Nobody want to help you out there because they want to sell products. They
they
want
want
to
to
sell the
upsell.
most expensive products so they could get high commission. So I was like,
Right.
damn. And I appreciate you pushing me, the School of Crop. Um, Even though the channel's a little bugged out, you know what I'm saying? It's a little too deep for me, you know what I'm saying? Because they real,
I like
you
it,
know what I'm
man. I'm a
saying?
fan of it,
You
bro.
know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
fuck
I
it.
like the channel, but they're a little too deep. And I don't know too much of what be going on. So
Yeah,
I don't want to get caught up sometimes. But
yeah.
yo,
I mean, I
they got
ain't,
knowledge. These
but I
people got
watch it though.
knowledge.
I watch it though. I've
Happy.
been
That's
watching.
another channel that got knowledge.
Which
You
one?
know, Happy.
I don't think I ever seen that one yet. You're
He I'll send you the link. They have a
I,
lot of information also.
yeah, I be
Over there,
fucking with purple lungs, man. She's a
over there, you
younger.
got to come correct with your plants. If you don't, it's over for you. You heard? Because everything is being recorded and it will be up on the next video. So you got to be cautious of trying to be somebody. And over there, you get what I'm saying? You got to come correct. So I learned that. So I said, okay, this is my shot to show my plant. But you know what I'm saying? I made sure that it was good enough to go pull up there, because else I know there will be a video on me. And they'll tell you straight up, those shits are shitty plants. You know that, right? They keep it
Yeah,
real. That's
yeah,
what I like about them dudes. They keep it
yeah.
real. So the pressure they had on me, so I was like, damn, if I go there, what happened? They say my plants are shitty. So I was making sure they was good.
Yo, man, before I started this
But those are
channel,
great people. You gotta be
did
ready for them though.
exactly. This is the internet, man. And before I started this channel, man, this channel's like 4 months old now. I thought about it before, like just to fuck around with editing and just have a little bit of fun or whatever, and try to make some contacts or whatever, try to make some friends, whatever. But I was hesitant because of shit like that, man. But you just gotta know there's gonna be people that come at you with hard truths. There's gonna be people that hate on you. There's gonna be people that fucking are a little bit off. It's the internet, so there's people are
Right.
separated. You can't smack them. I mean, like this,
And the
and
honest truth is, anybody out there that might come across this channel or whatever anytime, and they never grew a plant, and they just go, what the fuck these guys talk about? Look, if you want to grow a plant, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? You could even grow a plant with an SF 2000. You understand? A decent plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not out there trying to sell weed and all that crazy, and you just trying to smoke, look, a little SF 2000 could get you two nice little plants. You know,
yo,
whether
even
photos or autos, you could still get it. If I would have known better, I would have done what I had to do a long time ago. But I'm glad
yo,
coming across these channels.
that
Let me
light
tell
that's
you.
in the that light that's in the grow room, the one that's in the tent that's like in the corner, the old one
Yeah.
that bitch, you can get those used for like $50 on Facebook Marketplace. Those King LED lights, and the one I got the two Royal Queens growing under. They're still perfectly good, bro. They're just old lights. That's why I just kind of threw in the corner. I'm like, yeah, that still works. I'm just gonna throw it. See, the point is, all you need really, man, is a couple $100. Like, in really, if you can get your hands on the soil and you already got like a pot to put it in and shit like that, like
Yeah.
you can get real budget with it. You do not need thousands of dollars to grow weed. And we need to make that perfectly clear to people.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
the
but this
the
is a
whole
fun
grow room
hobby.
I have, like until I put the new shit in it. Right now it's less than $1,000, man, because I got that light secondhand from that
Hey,
grow, and less than a
you
thousand
know what I
dollars for
really want
everything,
people?
including the
Uh,
soil, including the pots, including the seeds, including the nutrients, including the tent, including the tables, including the plastic, and all 11 plants.
hey, you know what I want to grow next? I want to grow some wedding cake or sour diesel.
Oh, you'll
You
kill him,
know,
man.
I
You'll
want
kill
to
it
grow
in New
some
York.
haze. I want to grow some haze, like
You're
some
in New
lemon
York, man. You
haze.
got to do haze and sour, bro. I mean, I
Yeah,
would.
I wanna grow that, man. I wanna get that for my birthday. I want some haze and wedding cake or
Wedding cake,
sour. Oh my God,
some
I love
original
those.
sour. I don't think I've ever. I don't know if I've ever grown sour, to be honest with you, man. And I'd be surprised that I didn't. If I did, it was when I first started, and it was a long time ago. As far as getting good haze plants, they say a lot of the original ones are gone or whatever. Uh, Bear did tell me that he has, I think he said Neville's haze or something, which is a
Super
classic.
haze, something like that, right?
Neville's haze, and he may have other ones too, but the one I remember is Neville's haze. There was some guy named Neville that made that strain. I've heard about it since I was a kid. I would
No, he
love
got
to
super
plant some of
sour.
that. He might have. They got a bunch of shit, man. Him and dude. I don't even know if the dude wants me to put his name out there or where he lives or anything.
Right.
But they got the shit, bro. Like because they were doing this shit back in the day when they were doing it. So put it on Earth box and overgrow them. I'd sell it. I'm only
We
growing
gotta.
my own seeds from now on. I'm tired of buying seeds. I feel that. Doing testers is cool next girl.
I ain't gonna
Upgrading.
lie. Send me some testers, people, if y'all want to. You know what I'm saying? Photos.
it's always that's the best thing, man. And for breeders, that's really the goal. That's what they want. I mean, that's what I would want ideally is a group of people in one place that might be growing my genetics, especially maybe all at once or whatever, and talking to each other about it. And that's really ideal is to have them in one place. Or that's kind of what we could have had. That's kind of what Dude had going on with Dude over at the other. That was good motion over there. I don't know why Dude didn't keep
The
that going.
biscotti.
Scotty's a good one, man. That wedding cake, yeah, that changed the game, man. I got a lot
There's
of.
a couple strains of wedding cake. I smoked a couple that I can't just remember off the top of the head right now, man. Ah, man.
I got some strains that are mixed with wedding cake. I got some ice cream cake seeds.
Ice cream cake.
That's wedding cake and gelato. That's wedding gelato.
You got seeds of that? You got seeds or buds already?
No, I got seeds.
Oh,
I got
nice.
from Royal Queen.
What photos? Autos?
Which ones were we talking about?
The ice cream cake.
Those are photos. Those were free too. Those came extra. Those are photos.
Oh, you haven't grown them?
Like 10 of those OG Kushes, like the one OG Kush I got in there, and I already took a clone of it. They sent 10 of those and 5 of those ice cream cakes, and the Orion F1, and they sent me 3 of those, and those were all like free extra, like because on top of I bought the Tyson punch pies and gelato 44 and corkscrew autos and gelato autos, and they sent me all the other shit free.
Yeah.
And it's what. So anyway, I want to grow the ice cream cake.
The ice cream cake is fire.
Yeah, that's what I want to grow next. And the gelato 44.
Yeah, but I'm surprised you didn't grow that ice cream cake, man. And yo, I think you can mother that plant, right?
Yeah, because it's a photo.
Yo,
oh,
yeah. And that's what you do too, right? You mother plants, right? That's a good skill you got going on.
That's
and a good technique because you could keep that going. You could reverse that also, right?
Yeah, you can breed. I've never done it, like as far as like breeding on purpose and like creating seeds, but yeah, you can do that. But that's keeping the clones going and stuff. Like you can do that, but you can't do it like infinitely necessarily unless you like back cross every once in a while, make some seeds. And that's really what I want to learn how to get into. But like keeping clones going and stuff for a long time, like yeah. Like if like I have 5 of the ice cream cakes, like assuming all 5 of them germinate and all that. Like if I can get like 10 clones off each one, like that's potentially 50 plants. Like you can start. I used to have a thing in my head about $1 plants. I would take the price of the seeds and then I say, okay, I gotta take clones into the $1 plants.
So a lot of people like autos to grow. A lot of people like to grow autos. Like what? Why is that? But don't you get less count on autos?
It depends. Most of the time, yeah, it depends though. But because they're fast and they're kind of like a fad right now. No, they're not a fad. I wouldn't say that. Because they're fast, bro. I mean, like the Herbert Perps are they're 10 weeks old. They've been going for 10 weeks and they're ready. I'm about to start drying them. That's why, because they're quick. I mean, they're a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
And you don't have to change the light cycle. But they are less forgiving, man. Let's just be honest. Like if you fuck up with autos and you fuck up bad, and they take too long to like all 6 of my Herbert Perps worked out, but like if one of them would have got like severely stunted, I would have had to just do away with it because if it's a whole month behind, like it just won't finish or whatever.
Right.
But luckily the first grow went fine and everything, and I grew autos. I I grew the herbs because I just happened to have them already, and because I wanted quick bud. So I'm like, I'm gonna do some autos real quick, and because it's winter time, and I wanted to knock out flowering while it's dry. I try to do as
Wait,
many flowerings in the winter as possible.
what was your first top 3 mistakes you did growing for the very first time?
My first top mistakes.
Yeah, top 3 mistakes that you made on your
Top
first
3
grow.
mistakes. Overwatering them, especially right after they germinate. Like I would put them like in like pea pods or soil, and I would soak them, or I'd keep them sitting in water and I would drown them. I did that a lot when I first started, and I fucked up a lot of seeds, and I didn't know why, and that was why, because those little pea pods and a lot of things that people start seeds in, if they're sitting in water, then they're soaking wet, and if you take them out for fucking 45 minutes, then they're bone dry, and if that taproot gets dry, it's pretty much ruined, and it's too easy to fuck them up like that. That's one. Two. I started with regular seeds, so like I would have to figure out if they were male or female, and then I would always have to figure out when to flip them. Flipping them too late, and then them ending up growing into the light, and me having to tie them sideways and shit like that. That's why I keep telling you, like, yo, be prepared for your plants to literally double in size.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's the top mistake that I made over and over again. Filled out that tent too much, or tried to do like 2 plants in the tent when there's really only room for like 1 and a 3x3. You can do 2. I've done 2 successfully, but I had more success doing 1 big plant in there. You can do 2 auto. I'd say that. So that's 2.
What's the most you got out of one plant, of one big plant?
I'll be honest with you, bro. There's been a lot of plants that I did not weigh. I didn't do wet weight or dry weight. I've had a lot of harvests like that, so I'd be sitting here lying. I can guess. I've had plants that I've had to, like, especially outdoors, that I've had to tie up because they were falling over because they were so heavy. But they had pounds on them for sure. But I'd be sitting here lying if I said like, "Oh yeah, I had 4.2 pounds on you." You know, I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit. I don't. I'm gonna start doing it now because I'm showing my grows and especially with the testers and stuff. But typically, I didn't used to weigh my grows that much. I would dry them and start smoking on it. And
Do you cure your stuff?
what do you? Oh, cure? Yeah, yeah.
What are
did.
your techniques of curing? Like, do you cure like in a bag or in jars? Like how you
I
cure?
did.
Like, what's
I
your
used
way of curing?
I used to do jars for years. That's kind of like the standard, man. Like you get jars and you fill them like halfway up or 2/3 up, and you burp them. And they have these little packs you can put in there, like the RH packs that keep them around 62 degrees, and those actually work pretty good, man. As long as you burp them. If you don't burp them and shake them and shit and keep the air, they will mold in the jars. There's also Grove bags, and I've only used those once, and I did have success with them, but I think I prefer the jars. But this time around, I'm going to do a little bit of both because I still have Grove bags. I still have 2 big 1-pound Grove bags I need to use, and I'm going to get some. I need to get some new jars. That's another thing to collect, jars. Start collecting fans and jars wherever you see them. Like if you come across fans or jars, fucking take them home. I promise you'll end up using them.
Okay.
Yeah. That might be one of the mistakes is not weighing out my harvest. So like I could only judge the quality of how much better I did compared to the last harvest based on how they looked and how the plant tasted and how the yield seemed like it was. Like I didn't have actual numbers like written down. Like I don't have like, oh, I got 1,002 grams that time, and then the next time I got 854 grand. I don't have that data. I'm too sloppy for that, bro. I'm better with plants than I am with numbers and technology and shit like that.
Right.
But I am going to start with the weighing out the. Because of course I'm showing the whole growth. I got to show from the end. But yeah, after I'm gonna dry them. I don't know exactly how long because this is a brand new system. I mean, it's the 10's old, but the humidifier is new, and I'm gonna try to do a slower dry than I've done in the past. We'll see how that goes. Uh, and then I'm gonna go into growth bags, and I gotta buy some jars. I think I want to do like half and half. I'm gonna put like some of the herb in a growth bag and some in jars, so that way I can compare them again and see what I like better.
Yeah.
So some people, the growth bag works. The growth bags worked for me. It's just long term, the jars seem to work better for me. And the jars just seem to be like the gold standard. That seems to be what, I don't know. For me, it's jars. But that's a lie because I use growth bags too. So both.
Right. Right.
I'm still really on a mission to figure out which one I really like the best. Both of them have worked for me successfully. Now back when I first started, I was stupid and I would just take my plants and hang them and let them dry out way too much, and I didn't give them proper. I pretty much put them like straight in jars or bags or whatever, and it would be harsher and shit. I'm talking about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Like, so I mean, I'm not gonna say the information wasn't out there, but like I just wasn't paying as much attention to, or I was paying more attention to the drying, and I wasn't paying as much attention to the drying and curing as I should have been.
Right. I'm
Which
a
is a
Spider
common
Farmer
mistake.
head.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. That's what's
This is
up. When I get
the first tab I had is Spider Farmer, so I said I'm gonna go with everything Spider Farmer. So
That's what's up.
maybe Spider Farmer, maybe one day will send me some lights and give it
Oh,
a test.
if somebody ended up doing that for me, that's what I would do too.
I had a
Like
company
I said,
reach out to me to test their lights.
I would love a
uh,
light company.
but they wanted me to pay half for the lights. And I was like,
That's
I was
Say,
like,
bro.
I'm gonna test your product. Like, well, do I have to pay half for it? Send me the product and I'll just test it. And this grow could be done with your product, you
Like, yo,
know?
it's like don't you realize what this is? Like, it's a yeah, that's not how that works.
Right.
I
So
I, I wouldn't go for that either, probably, unless I already had the money and I already was buying them or whatever, and I came across that. But
yeah,
if somebody got a hold of me and they were like, "Yo, like we want you to test our lights, but we pay 50%," I'd say, "Fuck you,
right.
dude."
I was like, nah, I'm not with that.
But you still got to make a profit, though, right? Or you still got to get your money back at least.
Yeah.
So, yo, if you're gonna take a chance on me, then take a chance on me. Autos or Fino, in a way, it's good weed. I made a bunch to grow. They are regular F2 on S1 strains I found nice. The next grow has his own strain or strains that he grows. I'd like to know more about those.
Hey, I got a question.
Uh,
Can anybody tell the difference from an auto bud and a photo bud if they was to just get it from somebody to smoke?
Fuck
No?
no. No.
You wouldn't be
They
able to
might
tell that,
be.
yeah, these are auto plants or photo plants? You wouldn't be able to tell?
Nah, how
Okay.
could you tell? I couldn't tell. I mean, you might be able to if a bud is like particularly big, like massively big, like above, like incredibly big. you might like hypothesize that came off of a photo and not a auto, because autos do tend to be
Right.
smaller. But you also seen my Herb #1 that's 5 feet
Right.
tall.
Yeah.
So like they some autos do get big, bro. But so no, you can't tell the difference. You
See,
used to
I got a
kind of.
little mic stand right here. I just need a thing that goes on top of the mic where I put the mic on. You know, 'cause I don't got expensive. I got a cheap mic. My brother gave it to me because he was like, "Yo, man, you be making beats. I need to I want to rap." But then after a while, things started going down and things wasn't right for me. So
When I was a
I
teen, I
just,
think I
but
told
as soon
you.
as I get that, I want to have that in front of me. So when I do a show, at least I got some better quality audio, at least a little bit better than what it is now. And I could just, do the
Yeah,
compressing and, the threshold, control that and just set it up for a show. So
yeah.
when I
See,
speak, people can hear me
I
much
fucks with you,
better.
man. I used to make beats. I think I told you I used to make beats when I was like in high school and shit, or shit middle school. I actually started when I was like 11 or
Spider
12
Farm.
years old with a Acid 2.0. You may, I think we talked about it before. We talked about Fruity Loops and all that shit. It was you or somebody else. But yeah, making beats and that's a passion that I wish I never would have put down, man. Because that was one of the things that I was actually kind of good at right off the bat, making
Right.
beats, and I wasn't the one that thought that. I actually had low self-esteem. Everybody else was the one that was always telling me that was like my thing. So
Right.
I wish I would have kept doing that, man. When I got older and started working and shit, like I
How
kind
long
of
you
lost.
been smoking weed, Wick?
What's up?
How long have you been smoking weed for?
Oh shit! Since I was 14, bro.
14? Okay.
Well, I mean, the first time I ever smoked weed, I was 11, but
Yeah, I was 11 years old when I started smoking weed.
sixth grade, man.
When I first started smoking weed, I don't like to talk too loud because my son is up, but when I first started, I was, double ones. And I remember uh, this dude, uh, they used to smoke all the time. I forgot his name because right now I'm trying to say the story. He used to be smoking all the time, but he was older than me and my little brother. So he said, "You want to smoke?" I said, uh, "Nah, I don't know. I don't know. He was like, "Nah, all you gotta do is just take a pull and go like that." So that was when I was young. So he was like 14 or 13, like 14, 15 years old. He was older than me. So cause he knew how to roll blunts and all already. I never did it. So I took the blunt. So he said, just take a pull and go. So I was a little nervous. When I pulled, I was scared to hell. He said, just go. So when I pulled, the taste of weed and everything, like I felt everything was different. So he said, take a couple more pulls. So I choked. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, chill, chill, because your mom catch you, that she's gonna be beefing. So
Hmm.
I got high. So I was getting high for a couple months already. So my aunt one day, see my eyes red and low, and I didn't know the difference. He should be like put Visine on, so I should put Visine at that time. So even with Visine, my aunt realized that I was high. So my family in the kitchen, the living room. This is in the early '90s, you know, late '80s, early '90s. So they was like, wait a minute, this this motherfucker, this little nigga high. And my
Hmm.
mother said, what you mean he high? She said, this nigga right here, look at that nigga face. So
Hmm.
I try to snap out that shit, but I was so high, I couldn't snap out that shit, bro. So my mom, so I was so scared. I was hoping that she don't tell my father, right? That's what I was praying to God. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So, yo, she said, get up and go get in the shop. She said, drink a glass of milk. So I said, why? She said, drink a glass of milk. I said, so I took a glass of milk and I drank the shit, right? But I was scared. I didn't, I was trying to figure out what's the glass of milk for, right? Then she said, go in the fucking shower now, little nigga. So I was like, oh shit. So I go in the shower. I'm taking a shower. I swear to God, yo, all I see was the current. Like it would just happen so fast. Like from the corner of my eye, but I was getting my ass whooped. There was no way out that shit. I got my ass whooped. Bro, in the showers. It ain't stopped me from smoking, but I caught the beating from smoking.
Damn. See,
Yeah, man.
I didn't get caught or nothing, man. I had
And and then from there on, I turned my family out. I put my little brother to smoke weed, my cousins, and
ooh,
my friends were smoking weed with me now, and I became the rebel. And my family, I broke them into that, So they wasn't gonna whip. I took the first beating for everybody, Now everybody else just got yelled at.
yeah.
So, I was the first one. So I started putting them to smoke weed, and then one time I smoked weed with seeds, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is that smell? And why it tastes like that? Why it pop? They're like, oh no. I was like, nah, man. They was like, that's skunk. I was like, nah, that's not skunk. That's not supposed to have no seeds because I was smoking weed with no seeds. So now I seen that there was different weed that had seeds and the weed that had no seeds. I was like, nah, I don't smoke that weed. So people used to think I was a little like if I was better than them, but it wasn't that I wasn't better than them. Is that I don't this week is not it, bro. This shit give you a headache. You know what I'm saying?
You were just
So
used to better shit.
yeah, always like I was smoking Hawaiian Thai. I was smoking a chocolate, the Hawaiian cess, Hawaiian skunk. I was smoking all them hydro lines, you know, the purple haze and the sours, like that's all I smoked, chronic. Then I was smoking indica and all that type of stuff, and then crippy as I started traveling, going, out of New York, going other places. I was like, oh shit. Like there's motherfuckers out here that got weed with no seeds and it's fucking banging. You know what I'm saying? Like I started knowing a little bit in Florida, you know what I'm saying? Like I was coming off over there a lot in Florida with a lot of weed.
So shit. When first
I
time I
used to
smoked, man, it was with there was a girl that was a couple years older than me, but her and her sister, our moms were like best friends because they were both single moms and they were just best friends. So like we grew up like brothers and sisters. We lived like two doors down from each other in the same like part. They were like duplexes, same block. But anyways, she got me in all kinds of bad shit. She was 3 years older than me, and her boyfriend. First time I smoked weed, it was out of a fucking pop bottle like this, like with the tinfoil at the top and the weed and hitting it like that. It was fucking ghetto as fuck. That was when I was 11 years old, bro. And that was
Yeah.
they were like in eighth grade or something, like or ninth grade or something, and they were kind of like, let's just get the little dude high or whatever. And I always kicked it with older kids, so like I was already like smoking cigarettes, shit like that. And I remember I hit that shit 3 times and I got so motherfucking high, dude. But I didn't really start smoking for real till I was 14. I was like 14. That's when I started smoking every day when I was 14. And
All right.
you know what my mom did when she found out I smoked? She shit. She actually not right away, but she started smoking with me, bro. She asked me what one day she came and asked me. She said, "Can you get me a bag of weed?" Because I guess she couldn't find it. And then from then on, like at first it was really weird, but we had a different kind of relationship, man. Yeah, mom. And then My mom had the good weed plug connects. She like not like top flight weed or anything. Like we weren't smoking on like Cali shit or nothing. But like the weed she could get was a lot better than the weed I could get. So like from then on, like there would be a lot of times like my mom would like give me bags of weed for like my birthday and shit, man. My mom was like cool, man. And my mama used to work midnight, so like I used to have the apartment to myself when I was 14, 15, 16, 17. And she was banging, man. When you're 14 years old, man, having that type of freedoms, uh,
Yeah.
it's nice, man. But it wasn't good for me in the long run, man. I was fucking up in school and all types of shit. And really the fact that my parents were split up, because if my dad was around, I never would have been able to get away with all that shit, man. My dad would have beat that shit. I would have been too scared. I getting caught. I didn't play that shit around my dad until I was an adult.
Now my father was too strict. You heard? My father was whipping my ass all the time. You heard? My father was not playing that shit.
Yeah,
Um, the mistakes I made in life and shit like that, I did that shit from being a knucklehead. But uh, my father and my moms didn't condone a lot of shit. My moms didn't tell my father a lot of things because she trying to save us from getting killed from our own father.
yeah.
But he done whooped us out. He done whooped the soul out of us, at least for a couple seconds. You heard? We came back to life. You heard? We were like, oh shit, I'm breathing. You know, this motherfucker ain't playing.
Too hard on you,
Like,
man.
but for real, my father was strict. You know, a lot of shit I was doing, man, like my father would, when he was finding out, he was like, yo, he was shocked. You know what I'm saying? My family was shocked. Uh, Cause I don't come from a fucked up background. You heard? I come from a good background, and
You can tell, bro. I mean, you can
and
tell with the way you are with your family and stuff, man. You can tell.
I
I mean,
did stupid shit,
the
but
same with me, bro. Same with me. Like I don't come like my parents ain't bad people, man. Like my dad made a lot of mistakes and shit, man. But
yeah,
me and
they
my
ain't
dad,
perfect, but they ain't destroyed life.
yeah. And my parents split up when I was 5, 6 years old, so it was always separate, and like I always kind of could play them against each other. Like so, that's kind of
Right.
how I stayed out of trouble a lot. Like when my mom would bug out, I'd go to my dad's house and I say, "Hey, you know my mom's crazy." And when my dad would bug out, I'd go to my mom's house and go, "Hey, you know my dad's an asshole. He's a drunk." And that's how I would play them against each other, man, when I was young. But me and my pops are close, like even now, bro. Uh, Honestly, that's like probably my best friend, man.
Now that's dope, man. That's a good thing, man.
Proud to say
You
this
know
shit,
what I'm saying?
man. Me and my pops, like we're very different people, but like I said, my parents split up when I was young, so like me and my pops been like rocking. We were in a one bedroom apartment together when I was 6 years old, just me and him, man. He used to take me to work with him during the summer, and I would like hide in the back. He worked at a car dealership, like in the auto department, the parts
Yeah, I should
department.
take my son to work with me when he was young.
Yeah,
He's in college now. You know, my
babysitters
oldest.
be expensive, man.
You know what I'm saying? But when he was younger and I was working before, I used to take him with me to work like during holidays, you know, when school is off
Sometimes you
and
got to
shit
do
like
it, man.
that, or weekends, summertime, you know, summer breaks, you know, I used to take him with me to go work, and I used to pay him, and the people that I used to go, the clients, they used to give him the the money, the tips. You know what I'm saying? So he'll come home easy with $100, $200 in tips, you know, because it was a good job. And
Hey, and you
for
probably
the
helped
summer,
out,
he
man.
was doing good. He was doing good for the summer. He was doing right.
Yeah, yeah.
So he
But
always
yeah,
had that.
man.
Right now, he's upstate New York in college doing his thing. He studied nursing,
What's up,
and
man?
we support him as best as we can, and he do the best he can. And that's what
So,
we just tell him. We're proud of him no matter what.
yeah, it sounds like he's trying to do something for himself, man.
Right, man. He don't smoke, don't drink, he don't do nothing.
Something, man. And I mean, that's what I wish I would have done, man. Is like focusing on some nursing or fucking anything, man. Like being a postman or carpenter, whatever it would have been. Like I just wish I would have focused in on something, man. So I mean, like if I would have started right out of high school, I'll be 38 in 2 weeks, man. Like I'd be up for my 20-year pension.
Wait, what's the first strain you ever grew?
First strain I ever grew, I think White Widow.
How was it? A successful tasting grow? Come on, Wick. Talk to me,
No, we
Wick.
fucked it up,
Let's
bro.
go. Give it to me.
No, let me. When we first started, it was my dad's thing, kind of too. No, it was
Yeah,
mostly my dad's thing actually. Because he had the bread really to get it off the ground, and he
right.
had he had the crib to do it in. Like I didn't. My mom's too small to do it. But anyways, our first couple of grows kind of turned out like shit, bro. To be honest, but we salvaged them and got better with time. And honestly, when we started working better as a team, because like I said, we're very different people. You know how some people are left brain people and some people are right brain people, and that's how me and my dad are, man. And me and him have even talked about it because we completely agree. Like I'm more of a, I guess I think if I have it right, I'm more like a left brain type of person, where I'm more like artistic and like shit like that, and my dad's more like better with logistical type shit, and he's more like we're just different type of individuals. So I'll
Right,
say
right.
my dad's like a right brain kind of person, or do I have that right? Left brain or right brain? But anyways, we're different kind. We work best as a team. We work best as a team. When he does what he does best, and I do what I do best, that's when we really started banging out the best food.
Right. Wick,
Um,
how do you can tell difference on the deficiency on the plant? Like now that you've been growing for quite some time, can you tell the difference?
yeah, well, it depends. I can definitely tell a nitrogen deficiency because that's like the easiest one to see to me because that's like when you start getting yellow leaves at the bottom, you kind of want to see in flowering. You want to see the fade, but like if it starts happening too early, it's a problem. So the nitrogen deficiency is pretty easy to spot. Other ones aren't as easy, but there's so many resources online, and you can just post pictures and ask if you're not scared, and you can yo, if anybody ever sees this and they got a picture and they're like scared to show it to somebody or something, fucking track us down or something. Get out of here, man. Like, ain't nobody gonna make fun of you. Uh, because that's the type of shit that people should be able to like get online and like find somebody to help with. You know what I mean? And that's the type of shit that keeps people from getting online and like showing their plans. Say like, "Hey, I don't know if this is a male or a female, or I don't know what to do with this, or is this uh, is this powdery mildew, or is this just normal frost?" Or like people don't want to ask because they don't want to get made fun of. But I wish I wish people would ask more. And I wish I would have asked more when I was starting
Right.
off. I wish I would have like had a safe place to go to ask people. But by the time I really got serious into it, because really by this point it's kind of become my thing, mostly. Uh, and now I'm really dialing it in. Now I got the years of experience. I got the upgraded equipment now. Uh, But it took years, and it would have been a lot faster if I would have been smarter and started like you with already doing more research beforehand and talking to people and asking people through the steps and everything. I did it like the knucklehead way, like to fuck up a whole grow and then try to figure out what I did wrong and then try to not do that on the next grow and then there's always next year and I could have fast forwarded several years if I just would have had something like
Right.
this to go to. But yeah, so that's what I recommend people do is like really use the internet, man. Whether it's YouTube or Reddit or Facebook, or find a group of guys that or a guy that won't judge you or make fun of you or I don't know, man. Like we were talking about earlier, there are certain spaces where you can't do that, like you can't go show or they'll just be harsh on you. You got to have thick skin, and not everybody does, and especially when people are first starting to grow, man, and they made the investment and money and time and all that, like, and especially if
Right.
something's going wrong, like they're already having a fucked up day. The last thing they want to do is get online and get made fun of. You know what I mean? But that's really why I don't care now, because I've been growing for enough years now. It's like, yeah. Like if I fuck up, like you can laugh at my plants because I've grown successful plants before, and I can show you. And so after a while, like really you shouldn't give a fuck anyway, because like you should be mature enough to know it's like everybody fucks up with this thing here. That's what Bear always said because it's true, and I think he was kind of trying to prepare Goat because Go would always say shit like, "Oh, I've never had no problems. Well, I had pests and I had powdery mildew and I had, but really no problems." And I'm like, "Bro, that's a lot of fucking problems to have for 1 year." But
Right.
but seriously though, I mean, a lot of people have problems when they start off, so that's really nothing to be embarrassed over. That's why I didn't understand the saying like I haven't had no issues. Like it's yeah, yes, you have, and like pretty much everybody does. So I don't even know why you'd be embarrassed by that. Like Homegrown, right now, you're killing it, man. Like you're killing it. But knock on wood, there's a good chance it won't happen because you're smart enough to utilize the internet, and because you've done so much research beforehand that you got a grip on things, and you're not just kind of doing the fuck it knucklehead way of learning things. So there's a good chance that this grow will go just fine for you. And there's also a good chance that you'll have some, hurdles or whatever at some point at some grow. And that's completely normal, man. If you didn't, then that wouldn't be normal. Like if you did 10 successful, and maybe you will, man. Maybe you will. Like you might be starting like enough ahead where you might just start banging out all good ones, man. But you
Right.
never know. And I also might turn around like my first round, like with the Herbert Perps and those Royal Queens went really well and everything, but like I might turn around and have a fucked up ass problem myself, man. Like even on the big channels, like you'll see like the few cannabis channels that have like 1 million+ followers. Sometimes those growers would be having hard. Like I'll use an example. The dude on the Dude Grow Show with the guy that makes Recharge and Grow Dots and shit. Scotty
Yeah.
Deal.
Scotty.
Yeah. Even my dad
Yeah.
knows
I
about him.
want to see if you can send me a sample of his product. I would like to give it a try.
When my pops first he had a whole bag of it, and I found it in the basement, and it was so old, it was unopened, but it was so old it was expired, rock hard. But I
Oh
can,
yeah.
but
I would
yeah, I
like to
kind
reach
of
out to him. See if he sent me a bag. I would like to give it a try, give it a review.
I would give it a try if it was like that. I'm trying the Michaels first, and like I like
But I'm gonna wait
when
till
what
people see me a little more around. I'm gonna
what
let them see
what
my growth first before I reach out to anybody.
yeah
Cause I'm not.
that
I haven't put in no work yet. I gotta put in some work so they can be like, okay, he got some potential.
well I mean I hear you. Your head's in the right place with what you're saying, but you're far enough along where you could. That's like, hey, I have a YouTube channel. I am growing. I am consistently posting. Like, I think that's mostly what they care about. I think. I don't know. Because I've seen a lot of small channels get free lights, and well, it's really about knowing how to enter the giveaway. Some people I don't know if they get just really lucky with the giveaways or if they just know about all the giveaways or what it is. But I need to get hip to that shit because I need to get some free shit for once. It's not even about getting free shit, but it would be cool to get like upgrades and like shit like that you wouldn't be able to usually afford, or you can skip ahead a few years in skills by having it. The that Black and Decker AC dehumidifier thing, that's gonna make such a huge difference. Thing if I would have had that 5 years ago, I don't even know if I would have started focusing on outdoors exclusively. I might have just stayed indoors. I don't know,
Yeah. You
but
know,
that
one
shit
thing
you
I was doing to my plants is they hit week 3 from the first day of week 3. I've been twice throughout the day. I play with the stem like slightly. I like I'm trying to get the rhythm of bending them lightly. Like so when I start training it, I could it's already, flexible to where I can lead it to go to the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, is that okay for me to do or not?
it's okay for you to do, but I would just do it.
Be careful.
Yeah, I would just do like super low stress, man. Like honestly, at that stage, I wouldn't be doing much bending yet. Like if you're doing anything, do like a teeny bit of finger bending. Like I wouldn't do too much yet.
Okay.
They're very vulnerable at this stage, but it is good for them. Like it does strengthen them up. And that's part of the reason why it's good to have the fans and have them kind of dancing in the fan, because it helps build strong roots and hold the plant up and all that. That's part of, but you can help accomplish. You had the right idea in mind, like moving it, bending it and stuff. It will strengthen it up, and at the end of the day, make a better
Like
product.
lightly, I just give it a slightly little where like, you know,
Yeah,
like,
just don't
just trying to
overdo
get
it.
it right. So when I top it, you know, and I train it, you know, get some low stress training, you know,
Well, yeah.
I
Oh,
could,
yeah. Because you're gonna get them green things, right? Like
I,
them green tie things, like I had on pots. Did you say you were gonna try those or something?
the
Oh,
trainers,
yeah.
the trainers, whatever that.
Or yeah. I guess if you have a trellis, you don't really need that.
I'm putting
I
trellis
do the low stress
and I'm
training
also,
with them.
yeah, I'm topping and defoliating and using trellis and see what I want to push, but I don't want to push too far out of my limit either. You understand?
Yeah. If I was you, bro, I'd put
I
the
push it
trellis
to
up.
where I know where's my max, me, myself. I'll be like, okay, I could only handle this much and control here. Anything else, well, I will have to do this a couple more times to see how could I do it, if I want
I
to go
like
further.
I like the advice that the guy I seen give you on crop. He said you he said something like just try to grow some plants first. Like just try before you try to do too much or do too much training and all that. Like just grow some plants first. I think I like that advice personally. Or
Right.
if it was me, like I'd probably like put up the trellis and like I'd probably like top two of them and then like leave two of them alone or something like that, or like because it's the first time and you want to just see how they grow and
Right.
but that's a personal decision, man. Everybody's got to make a personal decision with that, and there's really like no like one right way to do it. You know what I mean? Um, and it's also different if you're doing autos and photos. To a certain extent, like with the autos, I kind of just stick with bamboo sticks because I'm not doing a whole lot of training with autos because I don't want to stunt them. Um, with the photos, the ones I have in the tent, the OG Kush and the Punch Pie, those are trained a whole lot more because they're photos and because I can keep them in veg for longer and all that. But the trellis, yeah, the trellis will help you spread a lot of things out. And I don't know, you are doing a lot, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. You're doing a whole lot. But I respect you for it, and it's going good so far. And I don't see any flaws in what you're doing so far. I don't know enough about the organics to like say like like yay or nay about some shit. But I know this: your plants look healthy right now. Your plants look good. Whatever you're doing it good. That's all. The only advice I could possibly give is like just try to do everything like an experiment. Like you got 4 plants,
Yeah.
so like if you want to try something, like say like I could try to do it to one of them, or I could do 2 one way and 2 the other way, or leave one alone and do the other, train the other 3, or that's still how I kind of approach things. Like even with those Herbert perps, like I started 2 in solo cups, I started 2 directly in pods, and I started 2 in those pea pot starter pod things, and just to see if there was a difference. And there really wasn't, to be honest with you. At the end of there was at first, like the ones in the solo cups grew a little bit more narrow, but at the end of the day, it really didn't make a difference. But the point is, I still treated it kind of like a science experiment. Like, hey, I'm gonna start 2 one way, 2 another way, and 2 another way, and see what the fuck works the best. Because I was really wanting this guy. I was really wanting to have better success with my seeds. Like, I wanna have 100% or close to a 100% success rate with the seeds I get. So I was really trying to find the best method for popping seeds. And for everybody, it's different. For me, it ended up
Right.
being a shot glass, just direct and happy frog soil. Man, that's what worked out best for me in the end. But I wouldn't know that if I didn't do the experiment. I would never know that if I would have just kept on doing what I was trying to do at first, like do them in the starter pods, because that worked out great for me a lot in the past. But then there were other times where it didn't, and I didn't want. I don't want there to be times like that. I wanted to find the way where I had the best success possible, and the best way to do that is to do experiments. And whenever you have the same genetics going and they're the same age, it's like the perfect opportunity to do an experiment. And that's the way I look at it. And that's the best way to learn too. That way you don't have to like do a whole grow and then think like, oh, on my next grow I'm gonna do it a little different, and then that way you can kind of learn like a couple lessons in one grow, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't wait to get that little spider farmer little fan right there so I can help that some more airflow in.
Yeah, the airflow is
I'm
important.
definitely gonna need that.
Yeah, yeah. Just if you could have like one or you already got like I know you already got one in there. I forgot if it's like a tent fan on the. Is it like one of the corner ones, or is it like one of the floor ones that sits on the floor. Do you got one of the
Nah, I
ones that
got
sits
one.
on the floor?
It sits on the floor, and
Those are
it
good.
doesn't. It doesn't like. It's just like up or down. You can just leave it. You just set it to wherever it stays like that. So I
Yeah,
gotta
it
hit it
doesn't.
from
It
the
doesn't
top.
move.
I gotta hit
Yeah,
it
I
from
got.
the top, hit in the middle, and it spreads the air when it hits the drive from the light. And it just gives it a breeze as it circulates through the plant.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much what I have going on in the weed room. I have all those floor fans. I have like 4 in total, and I have those because I have those basically blowing the air up, like the heat up or whatever, or the cool air blows down, and I want to blow that cool air back up into the canopy on my plant. And that's the reason why I keep one of those one of those floor fans right in the middle of all my plants because I want that airflow right in the middle. And then I have the oscillating fan in the corner. And really, if you have those two, if you have like a floor fan that's like pushing the air up, and then you have like a fan that's like pushing the air around, or that's really if you have 2 fans and you point them around the right way, you can. That's really about all you don't have to go fan wild. I go a little bit overboard with the fans
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I definitely go a little bit over.
I need that fan, but at least give it a little breeze through the leaves. It's not just one
Yeah,
spot stacked just there. So the other fan, I'm just going to use it for now to help the other fan, just move the leaves around lightly, around just to give it
yeah. You need
more
one
heat.
like this. This is an old one, but you need one like this. This just like clips onto the corner of the fan, but it
Yeah,
doesn't.
that's what I'm getting at. That's what I ordered on Spider Farm with a clip on.
Okay, but this one doesn't move though. This one's old as fuck. This one's got a zip tie on it, holding it together and everything. That's why it's on the floor. If not, I'd fuck it. The Spider Farmer one's probably nice as fuck. Does the Spider Farmer one like move and shit? Does it oscillate?
Isolate.
Yeah, like the
So
Vivo Sun one I
that's
just
gonna
got.
be a new thing for me to have, because I never had that. So that's gonna be new.
That'd be perfect, man. You got the floor fan, and you'll have the oscillating fan further up, man. That would
Yeah.
be perfect. You'll be set with that. That way you'll be pushing there. When your plants get big and they have the canopy, you'll be pushing the air up, and they'll
Yeah, I
have
can
it,
just keep pushing it up.
and then
And have
they'll
the other
have
one
it
at the bottom
pushing it
hitting the
around.
wall, so it could just circulate the air.
Yep.
But for now, I got it in the top, so it don't just be hitting too hard on the leaves. So I don't want it to dry it out. So I got it in the top from a distant where just
That's
wind hit
good.
it lightly. It just hit
That's
it lightly.
good.
Because the
Yeah,
fan is not that much. It's not it's kind of cheap fan itself, so it don't throw strong air on high. So even on high, it's pretty decent. So I keep it on 2, just to make sure, because the tent is being suctioned in with the vent. So with the air so that is giving the air to circulate. So I left it like that for now. Right now it's at 69 degrees. And
that is true. That is true. That is air. I didn't even consider that the air that is
and
pumping in
65
from the.
and 65% humidity there. So I'm pretty good in range right now.
That's what's up. And when you're in veg, it's perfectly fine to have shit. I mean, you could have 90% humidity, and I wouldn't be worried about it in veg. Um, that's probably high. That's
What I
higher
heard
than ideal.
I was hearing depending on the temperature, on veg, how high it can be and the humidity, because you could also get have issues with high temperature, high humidity during veg. I was hearing some people talking about stuff like that also.
It can stunt the growth if it's extremely high, especially if you get root rot. Like if if your medium super wet and the humidity and the temperature super high, you can definitely create the
Right.
condition for root rot and stuff like that. But if you have good airflow and you're not overwatering, you shouldn't really have that problem. Like I don't recommend 90% humidity
Yeah,
in
I'm
bed.
not overwatering, so the temperature
Yeah.
stay great. Because if you overwater, it just brings more humidity, and it's gonna be so long for your plants, for that soil to dry or whatever you're using, and that's when you get damp, root rot. What is it? Stung growth. You know, when you stunt the plant, you know, a lot. You know, you get fungal, or whatever that shit is, fungus.
Yeah, you can get all kinds of shit.
Mildew,
You know, mold.
you get all that shit from overwatering and not having the proper circulation. So I said I prefer to start small and then just bring it up. Like I said to you, I was only giving it 10 mils of water. 10 mils is nothing. It's half of a shot glass.
Yeah, you had to
And
tell me a shot glass for me to understand because
Yeah.
I don't
and
measure.
then I bring it up to 20 mils of full shot glass, and then from a full shot glass, I gave it a cup. You know,
That sounds about right, man. I mean,
and
just
then after that cup, you know, I just started giving it 2 cups, 3 cups, and
them them dudes on
now,
School Crop were giving you very good advice about watering and stuff. Like when I was that day when I was here when you shared your plants and everything on School Crop, they were giving you some golden
You see the
advice
comments, I can't
about
see.
not watering the whole pot and just watering where the roots are or where you want the roots to be. That's golden information because a lot of people water the whole fucking pot, and there's no reason at all to do that because your roots obviously are nowhere near the outside. So
yeah,
that's a very very common mistake. My pops used to do that. Like you would like fill the soil, and then the first thing you do is soak the whole fucking thing. I'm like, why do you do that? It's like, why are you doing that? You're soaking the nutrients right the fuck out of it before we even start. So, but yeah, everybody's got different ways. I don't know. I like what you said about mixing the mycos and the soil and all that. That was actually kind of clever. Because I was thinking about if I want to straight up mix it with my nutrients, like the liquid nutrients, and when I water them and stuff, the mycos, or if I want to just try putting straight up tablespoon of powder. But I mean, I figure like I'm gonna end up watering it and it's gonna absorb that way anyway. So maybe I'll just straight up
right.
mix it in with the nutrients. But I want to introduce that mycos. I'm excited about this new shit. I get excited about little things. I mean, my life's very boring, man. I get excited about like a fan and a bag of Mycos, little shit like that. Doesn't take much. But hey, girl, I think this was a good one, man. Your boy Wick's starting to
Definitely,
get a
my
little
brother.
tired, man.
It's cool,
What?
man. Yo, you have a blessed night, man. It
You
was a
too,
great
man.
show, good live.
Yeah, hell yeah. We need to talk about doing it on a regular basis, bro. I
Yeah.
like it. I like it a lot. All right, man. Salute to you and your family, man.
Yes, the same is here to you and your family, man. Salute, blessings.
Yeah, sure. I'll probably get at you on the text messages anyway before I talk to you next or see you next online. All right.
Yo,
Have a
live
good
with.
night, bro. What's up, bro?
You have a blessed night. Everybody in the chat have a blessed night. You heard?
You too. You too. Everybody in
Thank you for
chat.
supporting. One.
Yes, sir. Stay lit.